Hey there, this is Wendy. Welcome to week 2 of our Stampin' Blends series. Today I just have some coloring tips for you, and I thought I would color a few flowers to show you some ideas. We're using a wild rose, and I do have my windows and doors open, so you might hear birds chirping and cars going by as I'm recording this. We're using Poppy Parade, Mango Melody, and Pool Party for our Stampin' Blends. And as we covered last week, you need Memento Tuxedo Black ink if you're going to color with these in an image. So I'm going to stamp out several of these roses, and then we're going to color them in different ways, and I'll show you and talk about that. Really quick, before I get too far in, I just wanted to remind you of a few things going on. The brand new catalog has released, so you can purchase this stamp set, and there's actually new Stampin' Blends that have been released as well. And you can also use my host code for the month of June, and you will receive a free gift in the mail from me in July for placing an order with me. And every order you place, I'm going to donate $3 to my little church, and that will go towards helping repair the parsonage. So here is where you can shop and the host code, and I'll put it below in the video as well. And that's all for the month of June. And you also will receive a free Stampin' Anonymous tutorial bundle from me, which is awesome. It's got a lot of really fantastic tutorials in it. And this month they are all focusing on, the tutorials all focus on making gift cards. Okay, so here's my first technique that I do most often, which is coloring with the dark first. So this is the darker of the two Mango Melodies. There's always a light and a dark marker of the Stampin' Blends, except for the bronzer and the ivory. And so when I'm coloring something like this, I keep the darkest color towards the inside and underneath of the other petals. So right here, like where that petal lays on top, it would be a little bit darker, and towards the outside edge, it will be a little bit lighter. So I'm just going through and coloring and making sure that I get all those areas dark. Now, normally I would speed up a coloring video because it can be time consuming, but I chose to keep this its regular speed so that you could see how long it takes to color one of these flowers if you're doing different methods based on the method that you're using. Then I'm taking my light, and you notice that I'm blending the edge where it's dark, but I'm not going all the way to the edge of the petal. That's because I want to make sure that that edge of the petal is the lightest that it could possibly be. So I always just kind of do one last little swoop over the very end of each like petal or wherever I'm coloring. So I'm just kind of coloring to get this harsh line gone, and once I have that, I can just kind of quickly go over at the edges, and that will almost give me like a three layer or three different colors almost. So you can see it's the lightest at the edge and a little bit darker towards the middle, and then the darkest at the base of the flower. And I'm going to lift it up here so you can see it even closer. So the next one that I'm going to color, I'm going to just simply use the dark Poppy Parade and color the entire flower with dark Poppy Parade, because I want to show you that truly you don't even have to blend. You can actually just color with these and you get this very flawless look because of the way the markers saturate into the paper. So you don't have this uneven color or uneven look to your coloring. It's just this very nice, beautiful red flower, and I didn't have to do any sort of shading or anything crazy. Now, one of the things I would recommend here is you could put this in the Stamparatus, stamp it, color it, and then stamp it again in the Stamparatus so that those black lines would be even bolder and in the same spot. Okay, so now we're going to color with the light color first and then add in the shadows, and you'll be able to see the difference in how this works. So it's opposite of the very first rose that I colored, which was starting with the darkest and doing my shading and then adding the light. So here we're going to go with light pool party, and then we're going to add the dark pool party in the areas that would be shaded. So I feel like whenever we do a video, we have to have a little bit of story time because at this point, people have become accustomed to it. And in fact, I think most of you come here more for the stories than you do the projects at this point. And so I have to just tell you this really kind of like funny little story that happened this week with my kid. So I'm getting her a new bed because she's got a queen bed and we have really small rooms in our house because we live in an older house. So we're getting her a twin and we're going to give away the queen. And the queen is it's our old bed because we upgraded to a king because my husband's gigantic. So anyway, and then this next flower that I'm going to do, I'm just going to do some like outlined edges and show you how that will look. So anyway, we went to the store to pick it out and we got it all picked out and everything. And I said to her, this is a horrible parenting moment. I said to her, okay, if I'm going to buy you this bed, because it has like a headboard and everything that has like a bookshelf kind of on it. I said, you can't pick your nose and like white boogers on it. And she was horrified, which she should have been, justifiably so. I was like, it just came out and she was like, oh my God, Mom. And so she's at that age where everything embarrasses her now. She was so mad at me and I felt so horrible for saying it. And so I said, okay, well, so we got in the car and she's like, I can't believe you said that to me. And I said, well, I'm sorry, but when you were little. And she's like, I'm not little anymore. I don't do that anymore. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. So anyway, I just had to share with you because it was this little funny parenting moment where that's really pretty, right? I mean, didn't even do much coloring, just kind of outline the edges. So that's it. That's everything. That's all the coloring. So anyway, you'll have to tell me if you've done something like that to one of your kids, like just not recognize that they've grown up and gotten bigger, and comment below and let me know if you've horrified them that way. Thanks so much for tuning in today. If you want to watch other videos from me, click on either one you see here. I hope you have a fantastic day and I'll catch you next time. Bye.